Alright, and I'm turning on the music on my end. And it looks like we are go. Hello everyone. Long time no stream. Let's take a look at the chat. G Guy says radical. Thank you, G Guy. And let me see. Is it showing up as the? Yeah, it is showing up as. I'm watching it on one monitor and streaming on another. It's a little behind on the viewing, but looks like we're here. We got our spit sketch lined up here. So today I'm going to be going over. I'm working on doing new designs and rigs for all the Warioware cast for future episodes of the cartoon and for more fan art. I'm going to be back to drawing more regular fan art of these guys like I did in the early days. And one interesting thing I've been meaning to do here is, if you played Warioware Gold, you probably know that everybody got redesigns, and I neither wanted to 100% stick to the old designs or 100% the new ones. I wanted to try and kind of like mix and match them, along with, just elements of my own style into something kind of a best of both worlds, for me at least. And so you can see here, let me take away all this, and it's inked. You can see here, where's his mouth? There it is. You can see spits here. A lot of these especially when I'm doing these rigs, I like to sketch them out on paper first and then scan them in and do digital ink and paint, kind of trace over that initial rough. So you can see spits here. I would pull up, I don't have images handy right in here, I don't think. No, I don't. Sometimes I add images to the side for reference. Spitz went from kind of a jumpsuit from the old games to a hoodie and a more like tufty kind of tail. I don't know why that shouldn't have been so hard to say. I think his proportions will change a little bit. I think I'm closer to his old proportions, but I mainly and most of the design. But I think I need to add whiskers, but I need to. What I did was, I gave him the new outfit, and I simplified the goggles. They had a slightly more elaborate design, but it's a little easier since, it's not like I'm going to animate him putting them on or anything. Let's check the chat. G Guy says radical, indeed. Good to see you, G Guy. Local Monster asks, is this on Twitch too? Not this one. I've just been so away from streaming lately. I just had a lot going on in real life. But some good. My brother got married last month. That was really awesome. We had to travel out of state for it, and a lot of extra steps being taken because it was under precaution and quarantine and stuff. But it went off without a hitch. It was really nice. And hey bud, Orson. Hey bud, back to Orson Zed. Thanks for joining in the stream. And we've got a bunch of people watching. That's awesome. So now let us get back to let's make everything visible. So I'm going over. I'm gonna start coloring these. Just I should work on the body. Another ant says epic. Thank you, epic kitty. Epic kitty. Look at that epic kitty. Look at that epic spits kitty. Alright, so we've got his head is mostly done. I need to I should check and see. I don't think you can see it on my monitor. I'm gonna Streamlabs, are you catching my browser? No, you're not. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm pulling up. Okay, yeah, Spitz does have 4 whiskers, but they took yeah, you know what? I didn't draw him with the whiskers. That was another thing in we pulled up the old design and the gold design. Gold got rid of the whiskers. Gold got rid of the whiskers and kind of simplified. I wasn't big on Spitz's gold redesign. He was probably one of my least favorite ones. Like I think it's mainly the face. His muzzle looked different, very odd, and they really streamlined. They made his cheek fur more less tufts and more like spikes, almost like he was a Pokemon or something. And I'm just like, I kind of stick to what we had going before. I can just take some of the fashion sensibilities that they had going on, and the fact that his tail was more poofier, almost like squirrel-like. So I kept the same basic cat tail shape, but made the ends a little more jutting like that. Who pronounces jutting jutting? That's weird. I said a weird pronunciation there. Anyway, let's start with the torso. And yeah, if you have any questions about this or other projects, feel free to leave them. If I feel up to it, I'll provide an answer. But also wondering what everybody's up to. Let me see if... Oh, it's too big. idea. So what's everybody been up to? Everybody like playing or watching or that sort of stuff? I'm always kind of curious. Okay, I do want his kind of collar here. The hood, it's actually, they gave him kind of a hoodie, and I love me some hoodies. So, and a zipper. I think it was. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. It was a tiny one. It wasn't a Setsuya Nomura zipper. Okay, so let's get started on. Is that a little too skinny? Alright. Let's up this a little. Also, the music you're hearing today, a lot of people probably know this track from Final Fantasy VI. For me, one of my favorite things to do as background noise is retro. Super NES is one of my favorite systems ever. I'm old enough to have grown up with it. And you can find a channel I like is called SNES Drunk. That's how they pronounce it. They have like a logo, SNES Drunk, and they do one-off reviews of various SNES and sometimes other consoles from the era, like Genesis or arcade games that are 16-bit, and are like, how does this hold up? How's this? Is this like, should you check this out? And they've done these playlists. This one's called 3 More Hours of Relaxing Super Nintendo Music. So they have multiple ones of those. I think if you search for relaxing Super Nintendo music, you'll find it. Cyan, the Billionet / Billy Bruh, says, I'm a fan of Warioware. I see you're a man of culture as well. Or person, excuse me. I see you're a person of culture as well. Shouldn't jump to conclusions. But yes, it is. I think that, as something I've been doing for years, is uniting people in a love of Warioware. One of the best, it's like the best kind of weird. I should move this pocket up a bit here. Yeah, what I want to do is avoid directly overlapping lines. Like, any tip for artists there, try to avoid stuff like this where it looks like that would perfectly intersect, 'cause then it will cause this shape to kind of get lost in the rest of the torso. You want it to jut out a little more, and that also goes into ideas of something I need to practice more, is ideas of silhouettes, where like have your character's shapes be distinct and unique enough that if you had a character lineup just in like fully black, you could tell by the shot of who everybody was. Oh, and another difference, I guess it wasn't so much a difference with the so the last Warioware tunes, for all the older ones, I made them in Flash, because that was kind of like the only thing like it at the time. For the last one, and for newer animations, I switched to Toon Boom, which, if you haven't heard of it, it works similarly to Flash, but I'd say it's more versatile. If you want to get more technical with your vector animation, you can do more with it. And the character designs in, I think was 7 the last one, were all originally made in Flash, but there was an option at the time to convert them from the Flash format to work in Toon Boom, so I did that. And this time around, but that would, like, as you'd probably expect, kind of converting it from like competing software like that did lead to a lot of weird glitches that wouldn't normally be there if you made it, if the format was native to this. So combined with that, and just, it's threefold. It's that, it's my style continuing to change as I draw more, and it's the fact that Warioware's continuing to evolve. We got like new designs for everybody when Gold came out, and I'm like, I want to kind of do a similar personal reinvention of these characters I've been drawing forever, and also get them ready for the next cartoon. Which I'm still sorry I take so long with these, but it's about halfway written. After it's done, I'm gonna make this just one big zipper. After the script's done, I'll get working on both getting voices recorded and continue to be working on like both these designs and the backgrounds. It's gonna be this next one's gonna be very different, but I don't want to give away how. Also, I'm very fond of this. Oh, did that overlap a little bit? Yep. Very fond of this soundtrack. This game was like an old nostalgic favorite that I rented a couple times for the SNES. Evo Search for Eden. It's a little too zoomed in. There we go. Oh, that's too big. Shaped differently well, so it's more mushroom shaped. Let's make it more. There we go. Delete, delete, delete. That's close enough, yeah. Yo, a person! Can't believe we got a person. Good to see you. How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Oh. Thanks, Griffin D. That's cool that you're it's multiple layers of Toon Boom going on for you. Can I ask what you're working on? It's causing some distance there. It makes it look like part of his head is. It makes me think that the hood's gonna get cut off. Like in the French version, there'll be negative space between his head and the hoodie. When it's just, I have one layer for his head and another for his snout, so I can draw different shapes for it if he opens his mouth to talk and the like. And I'm trying to decide how it handles, but I think I'd still like. I know the old Wario tunes for the most part. I made Spitz like mostly mute, or the idea was that he was like Silent Bob. He would say like something once every episode, and then there was an episode where it was him and Dribble just arguing about. I mean, it's just a mundane thing. They were arguing about like the Rush Hour movies and Serial in a traffic jam. But I didn't get the joke across, so that was the time Spitz decided to just blab a lot, and then by the time it was picking it back up, like I think Dribble said something like, "Did you hear they're making chocolate Lucky Charms?" And Spitz is just reading a book and not saying anything. And, oh, we got some more comments. Alright, so, Cyan, Xander, and a person are all doing good. That's great to hear. Oh, and hello to Xander. And Griffin D is working on school project stuff. The Toon Boomception. Yes, the Wario is getting boomcepted. Actually, if it's just boomcepted, that sounds like they're getting sonic booms, which is either... I mean, that's a good thing if it's the show we're talking about. It's a bad thing if it's the games. Xander, you can draw... Thank you. I think it helps with me in this case that I have stuff to base it off of. I'm definitely working on maybe some of you remember that short Spacious that I did a few years ago though, and then like an even older one I did on Newgrounds back like before I took a break. And I'm working on that as well. Like the character rigs for that are almost done, and they're like really complex compared to Warioware, so they're taking forever. But that one's like my passion project, and I hope people will be interested in it and enjoy it, even though it's not, you know, it's not based on something existing, but also trying to make it funny and maybe more like I want it to be a little more spacious, not Mario. I want it to be a little more big and fantastical and even emotional, which as much as I want to do with Warioware, I don't intend to make it very emotional. It's too silly to do something like that with. It would feel against. A person, the fan mail part, that was fun. That was one that I don't remember if I came up with the punchline first, the idea that every email that Wario pulled up was just revolving around Ashley. Because I mean Ashley's awesome, and she definitely is the something about like. Let me just see if it. I keep getting off track. I need to make sure this I think this is pretty much done. I can do some colored inks later for the joints around the legs. But let's get to the legs, actually. Leg, front, at it. Yeah, now we're getting into, I think this track is probably the one, other than the opening. I think there was an opening link to the past one. This is probably the one most people are going to recognize. Tony Hawk Country 1 and 2, my favorite game soundtracks. And 2 is my favorite game. It means a lot to me. I actually have a funny little story. So for anybody who, does Spitz have 3 toes or 4? It's a little hard to, I'd pull him up on. Okay, they got rid of his toes in the gold redesign. But in the original, he has, he just has 3. For some reason, I drew him with 4. A couple years ago at MagFest, which is my favorite local gaming convention, I went to a Q&A session for David Wise. And if that name sounds familiar, he was the composer for Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, and then finally came back for Tropical Freeze. Actually, he did 3 as well, but he shared it with another composer, and that's why that one sounds kind of different. And not as good as me, but 3's an awesome, they're still an awesome game. But it was one of those where you could stand in a line and ask a question to a mic, so I went and asked him about being brought back after so long, and because he was talking about, and something I think I admire about how his stuff in this is like, you listen to this and it's just, he was doing so much with what was, like, you can still get, you know, for chiptune bands, great sounding music out of these Super NES kind of MIDI sound chips, but you are limited by it. He talked about how even back then, like, the interface was more like programming than standard, you know, FL Studio, the like. So I asked him about, actually I can probably copy paste this. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be lazy there. Spitz leg back. And I asked David Wise about getting to come back to country games after so long and not having to worry about so much those kind of MIDI era technical limitations. Like, he still wasn't, not like he was going to be given like a full orchestra or something, but he didn't have to worry about so much about being limited by technology. He said the funny thing was, because Nintendo did have a mandate, like, try and capture some of the same essence as those old games. Don't totally reinvent it. And he said the hardest part for him was, he found it so funny. He said, it's crazy how when you have all the technology and these and tools for these things, it's the hardest thing to make it sound as good as it did the Super NES chip. Because I guess he was just kind of hated, he found a groove with how to work with those. Those toes are too big. I'll just delete it. Let's just shrink it a little bit. Hola, Patricia Reyes. Hola. Ooh, now it's getting fancy music. Superstars games I very briefly before you get my second homework all day. Oh, thanks. Yeah, good luck with your homework. What is even this music from? I wonder if I... Oh, Might and Magic 3 Isles of Terra. You can't see it in this, but this is in the video I'm looking at. Apparently use the Super NES mouse. Maybe it was a strategy game or something. Yeah, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. This is fancy, but it's not like super engaging. Ooh, this sounds cool. From Treasure Hunter G. I think it's one of Square's many Japan-only games. Save. Okay, so we got... Oh, one thing I want to do before I forget, set the pivot point for each of these. The pivot point is the point that it rotates around. Each layer rotates around. And Toon Boom has a tendency to... It always put in the center of the frame. So that means if I try and rotate it, it's not quite looking like that. I don't want it there. I want it around here. So let's do the same for everything. Writing down this song. Yeah, you can see, just, you know, Superstar, you can find a link to the, in the video description to the, at least the initial playlist we use. If it's, Oh yeah, it'll last us the stream. I'm probably gonna go for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna go for 2 hours total, so it'll last us. Anyway, torso. Oh yeah, I want to center this, because if I want to have his eyes blink using a tween, then let me save this. That's the thing you can do here, is kind of tween it so it's like that. But I can also rotate it so it doesn't look like it's moving off its axis as much. Is that all the Is that all the layers? Nope, got a couple more. It's a little tough. Oh, now the arms. I'm gonna make the torso transparent so the lines don't get in the way as much. Same with the legs. Now they look more just like plain old skinny pencil lines. Alright, do I want his arms? Let's start by doing. We'll initially make the front arm in front of everything. Sounds familiar. Is this? Oh, this is SimCity. Yeah, yeah. Dr. Wright's gonna run in and yell about Bowser attacking. Though if I think Super NES SimCity, I always think that do 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 do. I feel like that's pretty relaxed. Or that da 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 da. It is kind of funny, that game, but that was probably like... Did anybody else ever play the SNES SimCity? I haven't touched it in a long time. I'm pulling it up. I want to see about who made it. Because I always felt... It always gave me the vibe of it being made by a Japanese company, but it was originally... Oh yeah, it was made by Nintendo themselves. Okay. Under license from Maxis. Yeah. And Dr. Wright, that green-haired advisor guy. I'm sorry that looks like it's frozen. I'm just looking this stuff up. Yeah, he was named after Will Wright, who created SimCity and The Sims and Spore. I don't know what he's done more recently. Griffin says, if I have played SimCity, it's been ages. I said SimCity. SimCity. Oh, that'd be a very different game. Yeah, I'm showing my age. My cousin lent me the cartridge when I was like elementary school age. I wasn't very good at it, but I was fascinated by it. But I haven't played it in a long time. But I should look up. I don't want to look it up right now, but I should look up who did the music. So I always thought it had a nice, unique like backing music. I was saying I don't know how much I'll have Spitz talk in my cartoon, but I liked that. I really liked his English voice in Gold. I heard people pointing out, and I cannot hear it. It's very Rocket Raccoon. He's this feisty little quasi Brooklyn, like trigger happy animal. Dribble could be his Groot. He just talks more. Does that look about right? Let me see how the original sketch looked. Okay, the left side is good. I need to bring the right side of the hand inward a little bit. And this is, I'm sorry, every time I don't hear a song I recognize, I'm gonna pull. This is from Super Black Bass 3. Let's see, it was Japanese only. But yeah, I get, this is definitely serene underwater music. Wah! That's right, Philip, look. Wah! Oh, funny story. Yesterday, I've had an Oculus Rift for a while, but I hadn't used it lately because my computer was having troubles. But I think I got, it was having battery issues and shutting off during more high-intensity processing games, but I think I got it working, and I picked up VR chat again, and I didn't know that there was somebody made a room in that where you can do karaoke, like it'll play, you can queue up a YouTube video. Oh, this is the Secret of Mana intro, I do know this. And you can play, you can sing along to it, and I've been using, for those who don't know about VR chat, people can, get rid of that little block. People who make character avatar models for it can take, models that people have ripped from existing actual games and rework them to be avatar rigs that basically, mocap your movement and mouth movement. And somebody took Wario from Smash, so I've been using that. And so I was singing, I don't remember what my first song was, but I sang the Pokemon theme afterwards in character as Wario. I was being backed up by Baby Yoda, who also, we took turns, so he sang Bohemian Rhapsody while wielding a guitar. It was very invigorating. Also, he was a little mixed up. He kept going, yeah, great job, Waluigi. Nice, good. Thanks for joining us, Waluigi. And I was going, no, it's Wario, it's Wario. It's having me think because I've been doing indie voice work, and I was really happy with the guy I got for the last episode to do Wario's voice, but he let me know, hey, I'm just gonna do theater work, so I have to replace Wario. I'm like, maybe I should try and do it, but I want to practice it more, because I'm like, I gotta find the right tone for what I'm going for with him, and like, don't sound totally different from, the game or from prior episodes, and, don't totally just, like, junk the accent, but I gotta figure it out. Mess around with it. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun! It'll be lots of fun. But I gotta figure out how to talk calmer as him. We all know Wario, he's a very calm guy. See, that doesn't sound like Wario. I need more practice. I need retakes. Anyway, let's do the other arm. Spits. Arm. Back. Fantastic! Fantastic! Excellent! Wario's just fun to talk as. He's just funny. Like, Wario's not the kind of guy I like to hang out with in real life, but when he's in a game screwing with people and just being gross, he's funny. Is that a little too wide? That's a little too wide. Oh wait, what do we got? Music now? Pilot Wings. I've never played the original Pilot Wings on SNES. I only played I played 64 and Resort. I remember I rented 64 a lot back in the day as a kid, and I was one of those. Fun fact: if you were around the N64 launch, it only launched with 2 games: Mario 64 and Pilot Wings. And then it's not a lot by modern standards, but those were good games showing off, kind of introducing the whole 3D concept. Mario platforming. 64 was more about Pilot Wings was more about almost like sightseeing. Like there was stuff like, hey, fly through the rings, or get these photos, or shoot these targets, but it was like, check it out, you can fly around this island and check it out. And actually, bringing it full circle, there was a Mount Rushmore. If you shot rockets at one of the heads, I believe it turned into Mario and Wario. Just a silly thing they put in. And I need more fingers. I've been binging. I've definitely fallen on the rabbit hole of VTuber, but mostly Korone. I saw the Ekum Bokum animation, and it just took me. And so I'm just randomly going to myself, Yubi Yubi, Yubi Yubi. Her catchphrase is Japanese for fingers. It's so silly. Braden Jones, hey, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Oh, that whole hand looks a little wonky. I should probably copy paste this and flip this one. Not the whole arm, just the hand. Now we got... Oh, this is from Mega Man and Bass. I took this from one of the menus, so I'm like, this isn't Mega Man level music. It's good, it's nice. Alright, so we got that. Now let's flip it. Copy it, paste it, flip it. Buy it, use it, break it, shake it, do, zip, unzip it. Technologically, it's such a weird song, but it is very catchy. It's like you got this like alien chipmunk just like rattling off a bunch of terms. Like, what are you gonna do with it on this computer? What are you gonna do with this buy it, zip it, load it, erase it? I'm like, all right, have fun with that. Carlos Vieira, please let me know. I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. But good taste. Smooth Moves is a classic. It's funny. I feel like because Warioware is more niche, when I bring up to other people who are gamers but maybe not super familiar with Warioware, it's usually the one I hear the most of people saying like, yeah, oh yeah, I played the one on Wii. I played that one, yeah. I think it's also because the Wii was such a sensation and it launched within a few that like initial. It wasn't a launch day window. It wasn't like late 2006 when that came out alongside like Zelda and Wii Sports and Rabbids. That was my day one Wii haul. I got it Wii Sports. It came with Wii Sports, and I got Twilight Princess and the first Rabbids. Looking back, I should have got it Sidetrack instead of Rabbids. But let me think. It was early 2007. It was like January, February. So it was only like, it was within like 3 or 4 months. And when people were still, when they were still just, they couldn't keep them on the shelves. Kind of like the PS5s now. Hey Patrick, you ask, what made you decide to make Wario one of your big animation focal points? If we're talking like back when I started with it, it was just a matter of timing. It was kind of during like a heyday. This was like mid 2000s when I was still in high school, but just learning. I was taking classes and learning like Photoshop and Flash and stuff like that. And this was in the middle of like, now we got a Warioware game every like, 4 or so years or less. And but this was like, all right, we got the original. All right, we got the GameCube spin-off, the party games. And oh, here's Twisted, here's Touch, Smooth Moves Around the Corner, which is like this, a ton of them, and I was just loving it. And I was also like, man, they're just not really. Some really fun characters and like premises for like cartoons or something, but they're not really. Nintendo's not really doing like not even like a comic or anything. It's just these games. And I was already like into the designs and the art style, and I was like, let me practice learning animation with this, and that's how it kind of happened with those old ones. And it's kind of continued on that path. But now I obviously took a big break through the 2010s, and I'm working on other stuff. Other projects beyond it, but it's always going to be a thing I'm fond of, and it's a thing many people can be fond of, and we can share that fondness together. That's the spirit of fandom. Sorry, I got very emotional there. Anyway, let me draw his tail. Where's this game? This is Chrono Trigger. I don't recognize this from Shallow's theme. Oh, maybe I never got to that part. I still haven't beat Chrono Trigger. Classic game, though. Start with it seems like even there, like the line work, I was like, I don't know which way I should go, but let's. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's work on the Tufts next. What's your favorite animation/animated project you've worked on? People haven't seen much of it yet, but Spacious. That's like, that indie that test story I did a few years ago. Like I sum it up like there's this alien guy, these 2 human girls, and there's a robot, and shenanigans ensue. But the first full episode of that is written, voiced, and I'm storyboarding it right now, and I want to, like, not just do, like, it's not going to be a one-off. I have, like, all these ideas for where I want to go with it. But I want to, oh, hang on. No, maybe they shouldn't go so far down. Or at least over here. I think if people here are artists, you have to, oh, it's a separate line. It's, you know, artists have passion projects, and Spacious is mine, and I was talking about it earlier, actually, Patrick. It's something that I've been thinking. I was even brainstorming before I was doing Wario stuff. It just took me so long. I was being so continuously tinkering with it and retooling it again and again that it was just taking forever. And I just, these past couple years, I reached a point where I'm like, no, I think it's enough tinkering. This is good enough to get started on. So I'm doing that. And right now I'm kind of balancing between it, a new Wario, and some shorter animations. It's actually what I'm working on. I mentioned Coroning. I'm doing like a short little animation because I've seen that's been a thing that people have been doing. I find it hilarious when they take those clips and like animate new context for them. So I'm working on one of her and maybe another after that actually involves her playing Mario. But Spacious means a lot to me, and hopefully someday people will need something done. Alright, I think Tail's about done. Is that all spits, actually? Might be moving on to another character rig. That looks pretty good. I think before I forget, though, let me add a little... This is something in his redesign. I think it's meant to like, note his belly. Or, like, at least a crease in the clothing. Alright, so we got that saved. Let's open up... I don't know if it's showing up in the, should be over here. Oh, let's do Cricket. I don't give Cricket enough love. I think he's, I've always found him just a little more boring for talking like both design and personality because they're a little more stock, but their thing goal was funny, where the idea of them making an amusement park into a lesson. And oh, good! I haven't even started with this rig. I just did the roughs here, so we're gonna see what he. This is another one where I would pull up, you know, what they regularly looked like, how they redesigned them. Cricket got his proportions changed a lot. Namely, he got skinnier, and his head and especially his hair got a lot bigger. But I liked the more baggy clothes he had, and looking at that there, I made his hair too small. I'm gonna need to blow up his hair a bit. Maybe not to that degree, or maybe I should. It's pretty funny. Oh, and Rico Chico, I'm using Toon Boom Harmony. Toon Boom is a brand that has a couple different programs. I know they do a storyboard one called Toon Boom Storyboard, but Harmony is their main software for vector animation, and it is, other than Flash, probably the most commonly used one, and very versatile. And I've been, got some burps. I've been studying it and learning it for a couple of years. I would love to work on it, like MTV and stuff with it eventually. There's still a lot of ins and outs to learn. It's complex, but it's very cool what you can do with it. Anyway, so we got, let's start. What song is this? Oh, okay, Japanese only game from Atlas. Last Bible 3. Yeah, if they brought that over, I bet we would have seen a name change. Carlos Vieira asks, why is there no Warioware game on the Switch? Well, as president of Nintendo, Carlos, I can say that the reason it is because it would just be too awesome. Actually, no, I don't know. It might just... I don't know exactly why they slowed down the production the past couple of years, like the past decade or so. Maybe they weren't selling as well. Maybe the team behind it was working on other stuff. I'm not really sure what... I guess it's a little weird. I mean, this is me getting geeky for a second. Let me at least start working on his face while I do that. So the original GBA WarioWare was done by a team that doesn't exist anymore. Well, not as like their own entity, because it's very common for big publishers with a bunch of internal teams like Nintendo to... Should I make his head that rounded? I'll leave a little indent here. It's very common for them to like consolidate or merge departments. Like, we're talking Mario, there was one team that, I believe EAD, who was the main one, who would make people up through 64 and Sunshine. And then there was another team that was created in early 2000s who started with Donkey Kong Jungle Beat and then went on to do Mario Galaxy and I think Galaxy 2 and 3D World. And more recently, in recent years, they were consolidated. Both those teams were combined. And now they're also... So besides working on Odyssey, they also, I believe, are the Splatoon team. Or at least some part of them, as they might be split up into groups still. So Wario was originally made by a team who also created Rhythm Heaven. I think it was another fun series that definitely shares its DNA of like weirdness and certainly style. It's the same character designer, Ko Takeuchi, for both those series. And it was either shut down or again merged into another team. And I think the main company developer from Touched onward was Intelligent Systems, who are, I know for being the Fire Emblem Paper Mario team, and I think Advance Wars too. Like, they're more the RPG strategy guys, but they've done a really good job with the series, so I'm not really complaining. And I think it might have actually gone back to being the main Nintendo team, maybe not the one that... Actually, I'm gonna Google. I think they were called Nintendo R&D 1. Were the original team. Let's see. They were Nintendo's oldest video game development team. Let me see. Yep, they did create Warioware. They were... yeah, they were absorbed into Nintendo SPD. And... was that the one that was launched in... Yeah, I believe SPD was the one that made... let's see, what else did they make? Yeah, they continued to make WarioWare. So they were... Okay, they were... I guess it was... Some of the same group. It was probably a joint venture between that and Intelligent. I'm sorry I'm getting so geeky. I would... people like to ask why is it a WarioWare game on Switch. I'm trying to get a little more intricate, but it might just be Nintendo has stuff that's selling better and wants more help with that. Because I mean, very often you have in AAA games, development is a very tricky thing, and even if you have let me just make sure I save this as head layer. Like, you know, my mother has been playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and if you look at like the credits of that, that's often one where it's not just like you may have one main team from Ubisoft who's doing development, but you still get additional input from a lot of others. Let's get started on that hair, cricket hair, and sometimes it can be just for individual aspects or. Like, I think sometimes maybe they help with like some of the textures and stuff like that. I know one, speaking of Nintendo again, one interesting little collaboration that I don't think a lot of people know about with Breath of the Wild. That was still, I believe, the main group who's been developing the core 3D Zelda games, but they brought in for help Monolith Soft, who is the Xenoblade developer, and the reason for that is. You know, this was the Zelda team's first time taking the series open world, and so they were like, we might as well bring in some people who have experience with that. And hey guys, you've made our open world JRPGs, and can you help us make sure we don't screw this up? So, and they didn't. That's a great game. Xenoblade's a good series too. Some of the best. What I've played of I didn't like X's gameplay that much. I didn't touch it too much, but 1 and 2 are fun. I need to go back and beat them both because they are very long. But they have some really good storytelling and world building. And it's cool that Shulk made it into Smash. I would be up for seeing Rex and Pyra in there as like an ice climber kind of situation. This is a Bomberman track. Interesting. Oh, it's a lot of these are from like menus, like level select or options. So that's why it's like I wouldn't associate with this kind of game or with that series. It's like, well, what about when it's like calmer? But one last thing regarding your question, Carlos, if you're still here, I would be up for them doing some sort of another compilation, either remastering Gold. They'd have to. I think maybe the thing is they'd have to reformat how some of the game's controls work, because that was one that, it was 1/3 classic buttons, 1/3 gyro controls, and 1/3 touch controls. I think. Well, yeah, the Joy-Cons definitely have tilt. I think the Pro Controller does as well. Yeah, the Pro Controller. I mainly use Pro Controller when I'm playing my Switch docked, and it does because I remember for some of the moves in Mario Odyssey, you could just like shift your controller to the left real quick, like thrust it to the side to have Cappy come out in like a loop. But to recreate games from touch, they'd have to either like totally rethink them or like jettison some of them, or make it do what they did with Mario Galaxy on the 3D All-Stars, where you can emulate the Wiimote pointer and just press a button to like recenter it because you're not using that IR sensor bar. Let me get back to its hair. Ooh, get more jazzy. Is this the same track? It's still Bomberman. Oh, wow. It's a killer drum track. Sorry, take a drink. Alright, let me see. Am I missing any of the hair? That's pretty good. Let me move this in a little more. We should be able to see a little bit of his ear behind all those luscious locks. Actually, that is one of my favorite gags in Gold, when everybody's doing different things to get people to come to the club, and it's normally just a bunch of like nondescript crowd screaming noises, and then Cricket does some karate moves, and you just hear girls screaming. Like, I have seen he does have fangirls in online, so they know what they're doing. And then the in Wario Reanimated actually came out. The guy he animated, so he came out with his shirt off, and he just typically animated girls like whooping and like fist pumping, like, oh my god. Oh, while I'm at it with that, I should draw his itty bitty anime nose. Good evening, K. Cool. Good evening. Is it evening where you are? It's so it's neat to see the time zone differences. It's only about 3 p.m. over here. All right, I think we can leave the hair and head alone for a little bit. And Annie May, you've got the eye, the most important part. Just type in here, and he does have, yeah, no matter which side he has, he got a skinny little neck. He skipped neck day for sure. Ooh, Kirby. Let's get started on the arms. $7.53 for K. Cool. Okay, yeah, that is. Yeah, good evening. Totally valid. Cricket arm front. One Greg7 says, I think the next WarioWare game should have characters from Wario's other games and Waluigi. Yeah, I like if man, I can feel I know that like us WarioWare fans haven't had much in the past like decade or so, but Wario Land fans, I'm a more casual Wario Land fan, even though I do like the series, like I see the new one. But yeah, that was the last new one was Shake It or Shake Dimension. That was, I think, a decade ago, maybe more. And I do think they even said like it didn't sell well, guys. But I'm like, just try something. Maybe try something lower budget. Maybe try like a downloadable one that's shorter or simpler or something, and see if there's renewed interest. Because like we're at the point. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at how his arms look. Actually, I should pull it up on my other computer. Excuse me. You're not going to see it on the stream, but I'm just pulling up some Cricket promo art. All right. Oh yeah, and when he was first in Smooth Moves, he definitely had like poofier, looser sleeves. But I think I'll lose that because it makes it easier to kind of keep track of. Ooh, this is some underwater stuff. Is it just playing one song? Okay. Yeah, Maui Mattered and Cold Shadow, The Flying Duckman. This is a game where Donald Duck was a detective and a ninja. I remember trying it. I thought it was really hard. Couldn't get past it. Okay, back to work. Oh, let's pull up the stream. Haven't seen Wario Land in years. Yeah, a new one would be nice. You were talking about the other character, like have a characters from that and Waluigi show up, because I think Captain Syrup's a neat villain. I loved her design in Shake It. Also thought it was cool that, ending spoilers, she actually gets the best of Wario. Don't feel bad for him. He does a very funny but very shitty thing at the end of that game. Let's see. There's this. I'm gonna simplify the sleeve a little bit. There's that. Alright, so we'll leave that there, and then let's do the. Okay, I think it's is it the forearm when it's the part between your elbow and your hand? Yep. The forearm, I should just call it that. It's not his elbow, really. It's so much more. Let's add the arm bracelet. Also, I don't think I'm going to add it in the later cartoons. Oh, one Greg says, imagine if a new Warioware game revealed and it's just Game & Wario. Oh, Game & Wario 2? No, thank you. Even as a fan, that was an underwhelming game because it wasn't Warioware. It had the characters, but it was just mini games, and most of which weren't that interesting. Okay, Cool's asking what type of microgames would Sierra make though? Would Wario really hire one of his nemesis for the game company? You know, it wouldn't even have to be like she's one of the main characters. Just have her in like cutscenes or something. Like, I could totally see him hiring Waluigi. But yeah, that is something people have said for a while. It's like, yeah, why isn't Waluigi in any of Wario Solar games? I said solar? Wario is solar powered. I don't think anybody knew that. Let's take a look at... Alright, I'm going to pull down the chat on my end and open up... I'm going to design some of his fist now. Cricket hand front. And this is this I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty much a recreation of his you find his promo art for Game & Wario. It's pretty well defined cricket fist. Switch over to isolated drawing. That's pretty good, but that's definitely needs to connect more. Oh, and just a heads up, guys, I'll probably do more streams that'll be both here and on Twitch. Probably a lot more like less Wario focused, and maybe some games every now and then. I just I need to figure out my time better, because I'm trying to do more drawing work and things like that. I'm working on some paid stuff for relatives right now for like holiday gifts and the like, but I'm gonna be trying to open up commissions here. I mean, not here, but on like Touring the Like again. I'll make a post about it when I do, and if anybody wants to look into that, you know, it can be fan art, OCs, friends and family, stuff like that. Trying to keep the lights on here and save up for some stuff, particularly like more equipment for animating and voice acting. Okay, I got 2 interesting comments. Craig says, also 1-2 Switch is just WarioWare Lite, changed my mind. It's WarioWare Mega Party Games Lite, because that's it. I feel like it's made more with, not all the games are multiplayer if I remember correctly, but it is like that. That would have been cooler if they'd reimagined that as a WarioWare Switch, and I still wish they would do, yeah, WarioWare Switch. But I also know, I don't think it'll happen, but I just saw people pointing out, like, because I doubt they'll use the peripheral for any other games. Imagine Ring Fit, but you use that ring for a WarioWare game. That'd be interesting. WarioWare Ringed or WarioWare Hooped or something. K Cool says, in my canon, Waluigi does wacky games. I'm working on some in WarioWare DIY. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm happy that DIY is like still has community around it. I think people figure out how to like mod it so you can like transfer, because the Wi-Fi is gone. You can't send it to people anymore. But people have figured out how to like upload it to their computer and share it and download it to their DS or 3DS now. And I have an OC called Malefilon. He's Orbulon's evil brother. Oh, he's a malevolent Orbulon. That's pretty cool. Science, who's excited for Christmas and New Year's? I am. It's gonna be, obviously gonna be more muted because of social distancing. But my family and my sister was actually just sharing some emails this morning about like, let's still have some plans for like a dinner, and you know, keep our distance from stuff, and maybe figure out something. I gotta figure out what I should get everybody. I think I have some ideas already. But, yeah. Oh my god, one Greg's idea: WarioWare, move it. That would be the Ring Fit. It wouldn't be WarioWare Fit It or something like that. Or it could be, if you're just using like the Joy-Cons, move it. Smooth move it. Alright, let me see how this looks so far. I think I'll switch to another character in a second too. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, let me see. Who should I do next? Oh, let's get started on 5 I need to start drawing the roughs for her. I think this is the one where I'm not using an existing image I drew somewhere else. But I did, well, I guess technically I am. I drew I was on a sketching character, so I drew one of her face. And I was like, this would work pretty well. And there's her dancing from reference art for stuff this also helps when I input when I import the images, the original images. You can use the eyedropper and get the original colors for them. But let's get this. Let's make this a little bigger. Alright, so reference head. Let's do another one. Wii Fit WarioWare. Yeah, the Wii Fit trainer. She shows up and Wario's like, "Let me show you how you really exercise." Alright, so we're gonna do roughs in here. And let me turn down smoothing. The line's gonna be wonky here, but that's okay. These aren't gonna be the final versions. Let me pull up. I'm just trying to make it on my other monitors so that I have both the chat and the original version. Alright, so she kind of has... One thing it's always good to do is kind of measure, like, in head height, like how many heads tall is a character. So I kind of just do a rough approximation. Then I can copy paste that a couple times. Okay, cool is talking about a tool that replaces... Oh, cool, kind of emulates the Wi-Fi network. On question DNS states, oh, that's awesome. Maybe I'll look into that. I still have my DIY copy. Maybe I could... Because I'm actually... Alright, so she will be about... She's a little tilted there, so she's going to be about 3 heads tall. Maybe even a little taller. I might make her like 3.5 heads. But let me... make sure it's the right height for this drawing first. Just to match up to like the chin. Alright, so we cut off the middle. Oh, okay, real quick. Hello, Hyperion Ultra and Yummy Blueberry. Welcome. And okay, cool says, you're such a chill guy. I'm happy to catch you on here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I try to make when I do streams, make them a chill and welcome place. Happy to make you happy with that. Hyperion says, I have a YouTube channel. Oh, cool. Let me see, can I click your username? Okay, let me... What kind of stuff do you have on your channel, Hyperion? Alright, so yeah, 5 volts will be about 3.5 heads tall, so we'll use that as... Let's get that to the side. And you can kind of use that as a template for proportions as well. Like this is where her head ends. You have the neck go down a little bit, and then have like the chest and torso, and maybe around here, even up there if you want, and the rest of the legs. Actually, probably should end up here so the legs will be long enough. I have a problem where I often draw legs too short. I always underestimate leg height. Gaming stuff. Oh, like playthroughs, let's plays, or do you like edits or reviews, or do you? Oh, and Greg is thinking he got more names for Warioware. Let's hear them. Guys, for me, I would, if I was going to think of names, I would want to know what the gimmick would be, like what control saw are you going for, or I guess gold was kind of because it was like a best of collection. I believe it was like 1/4 new games, and the rest were like reimagined versions of. Oh, no, I need to make new. What am I doing? I was trying to just go ahead and make her head, but I should sketch out the rest of the body. Oh, should be that tilted. She's not dancing. Look at that. I do have funny plans for 5-volt in the cartoon, well, because she was like her before she was in gold. Her biggest role was in the best part of Game & Wario, which is the gamer mini game, where she would like turn to a devil if she saw 9-volt playing games in bed. But I just love the fact that in gold she's like a really kind of sweet and mild-mannered mom. And so I like to think, like, oh, she's usually pretty nice, but if you get on her bad side, she's going to let you have it. So, like, I'll have her be pretty, like, level-headed, compassionate, and then, like, the moment, like, 9-volt does something disobedient, I'll be like, what did you guys do? Something like that. Oh, we got some more comments. K-Rule says... I mean, not K-Rule. K-Cool, RGS. Could I use this head layout thing for traditional art too? I'm solely traditional. Yeah, I've done it with traditional. What I do is get a ruler and measure the length of a head, and then just, do a little pencil mark, go down each, like let's say a head is an inch, go like level it out, make it straight, and then go down an inch to a little horizontal tick, there until you have as many heads as you want. I believe the if you're going realistic, the average human height is or proportion is like 6.5 to 7.5 heads. I like to have it at like 4 or 5 for my style. And then you have like the chibi stuff that can go all the way to 2, but there's no one like you have to do this many heads. Just experiment and find one that fits your style, and then use that as like a guideline. Let's see. So yeah, Greg is talking about we'll revolve around the Joy-Cons. So WarioWare switched it. WarioWare drifted. Oh my god! Imagine if they had a micro game that was actually about the Joy-Con drift. I know they never would, but that'd be hilarious. And Yummy says, Yummy Blueberry, I do not believe this is the first live that I enter in my whole life. Random, because yes, this is your first YouTube stream you're on? That's cool. Hope you're enjoying it, man. But I don't want to jump to gender assumptions. But thank you for joining us. Let me pull back up on my end She kind of has like a sweater thing going on too. So let me kind of make it so there's little folds of it at the bottom, and then the legs are. She's got kind of 9 volts puffy pants. I also think it's funny. I had fun figuring out I always like to figure out who does voices and stuff. And so it was fun to see who was, giving everybody their voice in the dub of Gold. And let me finish this first. Squishy Pixels, hi! Everybody, I recommend you check out Squishy Pixels' channel. We were just talking about WarioWare DIY, and Squishy does song covers in that game's music editor and uploads them regularly. They actually got featured on some sites like Destructoid and a couple others recently for doing some Hyrule Warriors stuff. And Greg says, what they port Gold with reimagined touch games? Oh wait, let me just look at all these comments. If they port Gold, I would be totally up for a Gold remaster. They'd have to figure out how to handle the touch games, and that would probably just be the use a Joy-Con pointer kind of thing. They require it to be either. Well, I mean, if it's docked, then you use the Joy-Con. If it's handheld, you can use the touchscreen. Pretty easy. And Yummy Blueberry, you are my favorite YouTuber. I can't dislike this live because it's too. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I want to do more of these, and so I think I am going to be. This one's going well so far, and I'll be doing more. Let me get back to work on the legs. I'll catch up on the comments in just a second. It's great talking to you guys. I just don't want it to be like a static screen, and I'm not. And let's stretch these out a little bit. Why you get some bang for your bucks? Not necessarily buck. You can donate if you want. There's an option for that now. I would appreciate it, but no worries. All right, let's take this a little bit. That was a funky tune. What's this from? Mr. Nuts. I've heard of that game. The OG squirrel mascot before Conquer. Actually, I should definitely stretch that out more because I'm making her more than. There we go. Griffin D. WarioWare, drink it. Guess what Wario's drinking? Oh yeah, smell his breath. And K Cool says, if I was to do animation, I'd probably use Flipnote. Yeah, that's a totally viable thing. I've seen some really cool Flipnote work on YouTube. You can do some legit great stuff with that. And Greg says, what about the collection of Mash, Twitch, and Touch games? Are you talking about... are you talking about, like, we were talking about doing a remaster of Gold? I would be fine with him starting with a remaster of Gold, because I think there would be an audience for that, especially people who never played the old games, but, most Switch owners know who Wario is, because he's such a, let's make these longer, too. He's such a standard in Mario spin-off stuff. I'll bet when this is done, I'm gonna get some weird comments about, oh, I like how you drew 5 volts thighs. She does have a following like that. Well, that's what I was saying. I wrote not about following, but about 5 volt. It was fun for me to find out who was doing the voices in the in gold. And 5 volt was Christina V, who I feel like the biggest thing, she has a lot of anime, and I need to watch more anime, but she's in Konosuba. I know her from Devilman Crybaby. But I'm not looking at all the anime. I'm like, oh, it's Shantae. She does the speaking and singing for Shantae and Risky Boots. I think in all the games they have voices. Oh, we're getting more comments. I was going to say compliments, but maybe more. All right, so Switchy Pitchell says, imagine a new Warioware similar to Smooth Moves, but with stuff like the umbrella and elephant or new poses. Yeah, new. They could bring back some of the a Smooth Moves like sequel or spiritual successor would be kind of the most natural thing, and they could either bring back some of the old positions, or hang on, I'm pulling my reference images. Get her feet. She has itty bitty feet. Itty bitty feet and kind of slippers. I am noticing she kind of has. I do think it's cute that she basically has 9 volts, like style of pants, almost those like pale green parachute pants, and definitely the same like color scheme, the yellow, red, and a little bit of green. Only she doesn't have like a visor. I need to make the legs skinnier. Ooh, this is more creepy than Charmin. Let me skip forward a little bit. Alright, so let's see more. Warioware Home and Go. I actually thought for a second you were making a Pokemon reference, because there is Pokemon Home and Pokemon Go. WarioWare Home, what would WarioWare Go be like? You go here, you do a micro game to capture a Wario. Hyperion says, what would you think if Waluigi got in Smash? I think that'd be neat. I think it'd be neat because I think people have said, like, what could his moves be? And I would like to see them do stuff that, like, represents all the Mario, because he's not in the main Mario Wario games ever. So I would like to see, he's in the spin-offs. He's in Kart, he's on all the sports, he's in Party. He was created for Mario Tennis, because that's the reason Waluigi was invented, and why they brought Daisy back from Mario Land, because they were like, everybody needs a doubles partner, so Mario can have Luigi, but we need another Wario, we need another Peach equivalent. I think that's the one time they brought DK Jr. back. That was in the SD4 one. He was DK's partner, which was weird, because I'm in that camp who likes to think our modern DK is DK Jr. grown up, just like how Cranky is the old arcade one gotten old. And what was I getting? But I was saying, like, Waluigi's moveset could be like pulling like a celebration of all those different types of Mario games. Like, he'd throw a shell, or he should definitely use his racket for something, because that's been his assist trophy trademark. Hyperion Ultra says, I'm going to subscribe. Thank you, Hyperion. Thanks. How did you find the stream, by the way? I was curious. But okay, that's pretty good for... Oh, I should make her torso a little longer if I'm looking at how it stacks up to... Yeah, I'm going to make the torso a little... That's pretty good. Alright, that's pretty proportions. Let me just try shrinking it a little. Not the circles, just the body. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, that hit a sweet spot. That's a good 5 volt size. Now we draw up the arms. Hello, Augusto and Family Fun. Pretty good, says Hyperion. Not good, good. Ah, I'm pretty good. Thank you. I aspire to be pretty good. And let's finish up the arms here, and then we'll try another character. I should add her apron. I've seen some people pointing out we still need to see 9 volts dad and her husband, because I was unsure, like, is she a single mom? But I think the idea is she's a stay-at-home mom, because the dad, I think this is a really cute detail you can find in like some of the character cards. So 9 volt's dad is a firefighter, and that's why 9 volt it's meant to be sort of a firefighter helmet and visor. I'm guessing he looks up to his dad. So I'd say, like, we've seen over time, character relatives like Penny, Jimmy's family. I would totally be up for, and 5 volt. Did I say Penny? And I would love to see the remaining member of the Volt family. I will say, one thing I hope they never explain is 18 Volt's size. Because the idea has always been, oh yeah, he's an elementary schooler, just like 9 Volt. You know, he looks like a high school college age guy, and even in gold, when he beats 13 Amp, like, I'm in 3rd grade, and she's like, what? Or 4th grade, I think he's in. And I just think it's funnier if they don't explain it. Like, this is just what he looks like. Don't worry about it. It would fit the series weirdness. And Greg says it was funny, and that I hope they keep the amiibo functionality. Oh, gold has one of my favorite uses of the amiibo ever, just because of all these insane, stupid sketches that Wario draws. And the funniest thing is if you scan his amiibo, either the class overalls or the gold biker outfit, the Warioware biker outfit, he draws it like much better detail, and he draws himself like a hunk. It's really funny. And Hyperion Ultra says, have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? Yes, I have. I watched it all back when it was originally airing. And I should revisit on Netflix sometime. I love that show. I need to visit. I need to watch all of Korra, though. I've got like halfway through the 2nd season. I both have the box set, and they're both on Netflix. So at some point I'm gonna. That's the thing with a lot of shows. Like I usually think I want to, because I want to keep working on stuff like this, and I want to watch them in the background. But then there's a lot of stuff that just I'm confident that I really like Korra or like other cartoons and anime. And I'm like, no, I want to give this my full undivided attention. Like that's why I've been so slow with. I'm like 2.5 seasons into BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty, and I think they're both fantastic shows. But I'm like, I don't want to have these in the background. I want to really focus on them because they're really witty, and I want to catch all that dialogue. Squishy Pixels says about 18 Volt. It throws me off. Probably looks like an adult, but it works somehow. I just think it's funny. I think it threw me off when I first saw him, but now I'm just like, never explain it. You don't have to explain the thing. That's funny. All right, let's add a little crease there. No, it's too wide. Let's go start. I feel like I know this song. Oh, it's from Dragon Quest. Interesting. I haven't actually played Dragon Quest. Korra is okay. Yeah, it's not as great as Avatar, but it's still. I think it's still pretty great. I am concerned about that Netflix adaptation they're doing, because it sounds like the original creators and showrunners got kicked off of it. Kind of the same thing happened when they let M. Night Shyamalan make a movie, and we don't talk about that. And at the same time, I'm kind of in the camp who's like, I don't know if we need another remake of it. It works really well as is. I'd rather have something like Korra that's more in that new stories and characters in that world, unless they say like they're gonna try something really different with. Because I'm like, Shyamalan didn't try enough different, and he didn't retell what he was retelling well, either both compared to the show and as a movie. So I don't know what they're gonna be doing with this Netflix one, but try and mix it up a little bit. Anyway, let's see who we should be doing next. We've got about 40 minutes left in the stream. Oh, let's switch to Cat. Now we're getting to like S tier Warioware characters for me. I think my favorites are her and Anna and Orbulon and Krygor. I don't think we'll be working on Orbulon and Krygor today, or maybe we will, depending on how much time we have left. Sorry, it's got to load here. Hyperion says, "You're a great artist, and I aspire to be like." Thank you, Hyperion. Wow, that's really kind of you to say. I'm someone who is very hard on himself as an artist, but I'm glad that it is encouraging when I see people like that, like you, who are being inspired like that. So thank you. I mean it. That's very, very great, kind of you to say. And if you want, I do drawings. I've been doing more recently, or working on more. You can see in the video description for this stream. If you use either Twitter or Instagram, you can follow me on there. When I get new drawings, I'll post them there. Anyway, I think one of my favorite things about Cat Anna's design, both like it's like just like legit cute and funny, like these tiny ninjas, but something that I always loved, and I realized that when I was first doing like cartoons and fan art of the Warioware characters and like copying the colors, they have these purple and blue outfits, and the idea is that whichever of the two colors one is wearing article of clothing, it's switched, like it's inverted on the other. So like one has blue shoes, the other has purple, and then the purple one will have blue socks, and the other one will have purple socks, and I find that really funny. And though I am looking at like, it was a decision they made. Like, I wonder why they didn't give Anna more blue hair, because the pink hair of Cat kind of matches with the purple shades. Because I was about to say, well, they wanted more natural colors, but I'm like, but pink is a natural color. But hey, who am I to judge? But actually, that's one of the things is, I think I've already done some of this character rig. This still going to. Every time I have redesigned them for it, I finish one because they're identical, other than the hair and the colors. I would finish Cat, and then I would just redo the hair and swap the clothing colors. Then this is another thing I'm trying to switch around. I've given them more. This is another one where I kind of fused the elements from both their original design and from their gold design. Gold made them a lot more rounder and squat, almost like babyish, and so I think I'm kind of going for making their heads, especially their eyes, taking those from more oval-like to more circular. I'm kind of also redesigning their headscarves. Before there was like diamond shape, you can see there, it was like a little diagonal square, and now they're more scarf-like. And I think I thought that was neat was originally they had these jagged scarves there. In gold, they were more smooth and flowing, but it also helped. Cause they have different personalities. Like Anna is more like childlike and playful and sweet and timid, and Cat is more no nonsense. Like, we're gonna do this ninja stuff, and well, she doesn't sound like that, but you know what I mean. She does kind of sound like a chain smoker in gold. It's a girly voice, but it's like, we're gonna pass this ninja test, and it's just like, okay. Oh, I know this song. This is from. Oh, it's from our RPG. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's Booster's Tower. That's what it is. Awesome. Fun fact: the composer of Mario RPG did the Mario and Luigi games, and is the main composer for Kingdom Hearts. So she's got a pedigree in my book. I was actually just playing Melody of Memory, the Kingdom Hearts rhythm game, and that's a really good series to give that treatment. There's a lot of really beautiful, like both the character themes, the original stuff, or how like it is neat to see how like she reimagines like Disney soundtracks into original stuff, and then sometimes they just straight up adapt stuff. Like when you get to Nightmare Before Christmas, and they're doing an instrumental. This is Halloween. Bienzo says Cat and Anna are so cute. Yes, that's what I think is really funny about their designs and their character concept. I just think it's funny, like, oh yeah, they're cute, but they're also like slicing things to death with swords. Like that juxtaposition is really funny. Squishy Pitchell knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, Yoko Shimomura is the music inspiration. She is a real talent. And the funny thing is, I think even if I hadn't played those games that she did, if you played me like a track from Mario and Luigi or Kingdom Hearts, I'd be like, that's Yoko Shimomura. She has a trademark style. I mean that in a very good way. Oh, is this SimCity? Yeah, I know me some SimCity music. Dr. Right. Okay, now we need to get to, let's work on these arms. Right, mouth, face, neckerchief. Cat, arm, front. Have the right length. Oh, that's way too long. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, I need to turn on the smoothing again. See, when you have smoothing off, it's more quick to draw your input, but it keeps all the little imperfections of the squiggles. I try to avoid the squiggles, so I amp up the auto smoothing. Thanks, Toon Boom. One Greg says they should add a music character and make their microgames rhythm themed. Oh man, you're right. And the thing is, there are WarioWare's characters there are already a lot of them with themes with roots in music. Jimmy, obviously, Mike, because he likes karaoke and he has microphones on his head. He's named after them. But also 9-volt and 18-volt like music. I think that's how they bonded in Twisted, because 18-volt, I don't know if he does it anymore, but he had a boombox, and 9-volt does DJ. And actually, oh yeah, we definitely know 18-volt raps. And I remember in that cutscene, like 9-volt just pops out of nowhere and is DJing the whole thing. So yeah, they could also add new characters, but I would love to see rhythm. I'm always down for rhythm game stuff. Hyperion Ultra says, fun fact, one of my dreams is to become a full-time YouTuber. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think I could ever do just YouTube stuff for... I mean, I'd like to. I don't know if it's in the cards. When you're just animating, because I want to do reviews too, they're just also time-consuming. I have enough projects. I don't know. Maybe I will try and do more reviews soon, though. I've had a lot of ideas from content. Maybe I just can't do them full-time, but I want to do them. So, good compromise. But yeah, Hyperion, what kind of stuff would you like to do full-time if you did YouTube? Would it be like Let's Plays? Would it be scripted stuff? I'm always curious about like the kind of content people are looking to make. So we have... I should make a separate layer for the hand. And front. Transparent. Wait. Okay, just don't make the bend there, just make it a little more flat. What I will say about Cat and Anna is that I love seeing people who only recently realized the joke about when you put their names together. So on their own, they have like pretty normal names. And then it's like, no. Their parents clearly know their swords. Oh, see you later, Griffin. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll be trying to do more of this in the coming months. Okay, just keep it like that. Right there. Wait, is this from Dual Orb 2? This is where music is from. I don't know it. This looks like it's Japanese only. It's a really cool box art. Anyway, let's do the hand. Wish an English version of Four Seasons is... Oh yeah, that's their GBA song, isn't it? Yeah. One of my favorite, just weird Warioware things, because it's just so weird. You could unlock music videos for a couple of GBA songs in Mega Party games, and I swear to God, there's a music video for Four Seasons, and it's just somebody went out like a Japanese like forest area with little paper cutouts of Cat and Hannah's art. And so they would just be like flapping in the wind. There was a part where like they'd peek out from behind a tree while the song's playing, and it's just like, what the hell? It was very appropriately strange. Alright, so let's try... I think we can copy paste these. Let's set the pivot first though. See how this looks. Okay, yeah, that'll work, I think. Oh, you've seen it too? Yeah, yeah. It's probably somewhere on YouTube. Should definitely check. Not right now, I'm drawing. Guys, oh my god, here it is. My favorite song in a game ever. Forest music from Donkey Kong Country 2. Oh man, I'm not going to say much, guys. I just want to listen to this. This music is so beautiful. Here we go. Just pivot again. Kind of switch the order that the fingers are in front because we're starting it from the opposite side. This is more the palm side than the back. Oh, it's so good. Just leave it. I guess we can leave those. Now to the lower half. Okay, yeah, the legs should be below the torso. Or behind the torso, excuse me. Oh, before I forget, let's move the hand and arm behind everything else. Torso looking right. Might be thicker. No, it's not. Okay, I just drew the pants too wide. They do have poofy pants. Kind of like 9-volt. I like to draw the Warioware kids with MC Hammer pants. Oh, I drew on the wrong layer. Hang on. Not her ponytail. Oh, where is she? There we go. Okay. Yeah, you need to delete that layer. Pretty good. Yeah, I think that's another thing they added is in the gold redesigns. Before just the poofy pants and the legs, and they're added a little kind of sleeve. Oh, I like this track. This is from Ihetabo Monogatari, Japan only. That's better. Let's bring these down a little bit too. Can everybody still hear me okay? Do the same thing of pulling up. I think I'm making this a little more like their feet in Oh, it's kind of okay. No, it's a mixture of how their feet are. Cause they made their feet really tiny in gold. I'm not doing that. I'm just making it where you can see a little more of like there's a hole for like the feet and socks that's bigger. Okay, thanks, Squishy Pixels. How big should it be compared to the other? Okay, make it a little bigger in front. It needs to be pointier. Little lines to note like the how it's the to note depth. Like there's the part that kind of sticks up there. Let's connect these lines a little better. Let's see, I'm just going to skip to what I know, to the next game I know in this little list. So we're getting a lot of Japanese stuff. Let's see. Ooh, how about more Donkey Kong? Alright, got about 20 minutes left in the stream. But seriously, thanks to everybody who's joined in today. It's always fun chatting with you guys. I feel a sneeze. Alright, hope it didn't come through too bad. I leaned away from the mic for it. See ya, Hyperion. Thanks so much for watching the stream and subscribing. It was great talking to you. Squishy Pixels says, I kind of wish there was more Warioware content out there like this, especially in music. Yeah, we are a rare breed as Warioware fans. Like, if you're a Pokemon fan, if you're a Fire Emblem fan, there's plenty of stuff out there. But there's just not... I mean, for one, there just haven't been that many games in the past couple of years, but... Excuse me. You know, it's kind of like, I love your content creators cover songs other than Ashley's theme. Nothing wrong with it, but there are a lot of other stuff. Yeah. I'd love to hear a Mona Pizza cover. Or like, I think actually my favorite vocal Warioware song is Jimmy's Aerobics. Like, that's just a legit catchy song. Oh, you decided to stay. Thanks, Hyperion. Though we're going to be ending in about 17 minutes or so. But yeah, you were welcome to stay. Oh, what's the next song? Japanese only game again. Treasure Hunter G, My Rural Town. It does sound like a village song. Speaking of village, I need to try Stardew Valley again. I barely touched it, but that's when it's gotten a lot of positive buzz. I should pick New Horizons back up too. I don't think I've touched it since summer. I sunk a lot of time to it when it came out like everybody else in quarantine, but you know, that's how I am with I think the only Animal Crossings I never gave a lot of sunk a lot of time into were Wild World and City Folk. Like, I kind of had a bit of a, well, not a bit, I had a good break between the original and New Leaf, but The original New Leaf, New Horizons, I gave a lot of time to for their first, I'd say for like a month or two after they each one initially came out. Body Rock is great. Tomorrow Hills, Prisoners of Mind. Yeah, yeah. I actually made that a reference in Tune 7, Wario's house. I have it set on a hill. I'm like, well, how about it's Tomorrow Hill? Got a lot done with Cat. Let's see how all looks, and then we might do one more. We have one more character. Okay, so I need to add the eyes. Oh yeah, she's got like a front lock of hair there. But yeah, getting on and her the longer part of the scarf. She's mostly done. Let's see. Oh, he's dumb. I'm gonna show you something funny. I'm gonna be making Frank a character now that, you know, he's become one of my favorites now as well because of Gold. I never anticipated him acting or sounding like he does, but it's great. And maybe I'll do the voice. Oh, 9-volt. Whatever do you think? Whatever are you doing? You look less than pleased. And so I just recreated his look from the game. I like the mouth because he only has like these two, his default shape, closed mouth. I do love how the scene ends and it just does that no reason dramatic close up on him. Like, I'm very look, this is my serious face. I'm like, I can't tell, Frog, you have only one face. You have only one expression and you're a nondescript. I just love the fact this is just more just the absurdity of it. You know, I'm pretty sure Frank looked the way he does originally because it was just a one-off character in a couple of games, like a little Easter egg almost, and it was Pixel. It was like GBA Pixel, just being a little Lego head man, make a thing, and they never redesigned him, and so everybody keeps getting more elaborate designs. By the time he's a main character in Miracle, he looks the exact same, and I love it. There's just no explanation. Yeah, oh yeah, that's his secret to looking so young, even though he's already a whopping 1-year-old. And Squishy Pixels, did you see the collab? Because I actually did that shot, that closing shot with the dramatic close-up and the 8-bit yoga, and when he says it, I put in an animation of Wii Fit Trainer's Mario Maker sprite, so it's literally 8-bit Wii Fit. So yeah, I think I will make it that maybe his, right now I have all his limbs in the body as one layer. I might make it so his limbs can rotate a little bit, but it'll be very jerky, like Minecraft Steve movement. It won't be smooth like everybody else, because it'll just be, it's just funny that he looks like that. What is this from, by the way? This is F-Zero. Okay, this is from one of the menus. It's not very F-Zero music. Also, I'm looking at the cover to F-Zero, the American cover, and that is a weird Captain Falcon design. He looks like an astronaut. Alright, who should be the last one? What's the little Krygor? He's another favorite. Loading. Okay, so I need to work on his body. It looks like I already colored his... I might try and add like a glow effect to the eye. I think I've done that in the past. Alright, main torso is done. Let me see what the line width should be. 0.5 is okay, so 10. Oh, actually, I need to finish working on his hand. It's a little off-center. The sleeve, and maybe the sleeve is off center. Let's see how it happens. How it looks like if I move the sleeve. Oh, I like this track. What is this from? Dark Law. Oh, another So many good Japanese exclusive games. Or at least Japanese only music. Appearances, are there any that come to mind? Sorry, I was looking away. Are there any? Oh, Cherry 6. Good to see ya. We're kind of wrapping up soon, but you're welcome to join. To stick around for the rest of it. I'm doing well. Working on Krygo right now. We've also been working on the most recent ones were Cricket, Cat, 5-Volt, and Spitz. So we've been doing a lot of the supporting cast. I know you're a Moda fan, Cherry, so I don't know if we'll get started today, but I'll be doing more streams. I want to do it more regularly. And people were asking about Twitch. I think I want to do some if it's just a game, then I'd probably just rather prefer put it on Switch to keep the content on this channel more focused. But if it's drawn, I might try in the future and stream it to both. There is a service used called Restream that allows you to simultaneously stream to both Twitch and YouTube. This is Tetris Attack. Oh, interesting. I recognize this one. The box driver Tetris Attack, the slogan on the side, because a lot of Super NES games had in their box, is, when's the last time you had a Tetris Attack? That sounds awful. Like, when's the last time you had a heart attack? Oh, I think I made his hand too long. Look at that. Let's go fix that. Excuse me. Oh, no, not the whole thing. Just those lines. Say another song. Oh, some Earthbound. Let me see if I know this one, because I'm not very up to speed on my Earthbound. Oh, is this based on Pollyanna? I know the theme song from the first Mother. Hyperion is saying I really want to start taking art more seriously. Okay, Hyperion, because you asked, are there any that come to mind? What are you talking about? Are you talking about, like, are there any specific types of, like things that I look to for inspiration? Excuse me. A little more soda. Tucson. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let's get to the other. I think the hand looks. Oh, his arm's a little stubby. I can make that longer. Let me see how it. Oh yeah, he has a. Okay, that's the problem. He has a little bit of glove arm. I need to make it skinnier, otherwise it looks like part of the hand. Oh, Hyperion says free art software that are good. Art software. Okay, let me think. Let me do a little searching. I know that there are some. Are you trying to work on PC, Mac, or tablet? I know I'm looking up right now. I've heard about Krita. It says here, professional, free, and open source painting program made by artists that want to see affordable art tools for everyone. Pussy says, as someone who doesn't do art, it's interesting watching you just pull his hand off. Hands are so hard, and I'm still struggling with them after, like, literally, like, 20 years of drawing stuff. But Hyperion, I'm gonna write the name of... One second. Okay. Hyperion, check right above you. I put in, I don't know if it's pronounced Krita or Krita, but that's one I've heard brought up a lot for free drawing apps. So I would say start with that one. And are you let me see. I'm seeing another one called Inkscape. I've not heard of that one. There's also Paint.net and GIMP, Corel Painter, and there's a YouTube channel like Jazza, Jazza, who did a video called Cheap and Free Photoshop Alternatives. It's from 3 years ago though, so it might be a little outdated, who knows. Anyway, let me pull this back up, we got a few more minutes left. But yeah, I would say look into Krita, or Krita, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Let's clean up this hand while we're at it. Ooh, I want to delete that. Let's make this a little smoother. Appears from, ooh, this game's title, another Japanese only one, Ancient Magic Bazo Maho Sakai. So Ancient Magic and Japanese. Yeah, I hope Krita is a good fit for you, Hyperion. Let's see, we should probably get to the legs now. Actually, no, let's do the other arm first. I might be able to get away with copy-pasting again. I have 18 subscribers on I almost said 18 survivors. I have 18 subscribers on YouTube. Hey, it's a start, man. I'd say one bit of advice is stick to the type of content you want to keep making. That's kind of one of the reasons it's not one-to-one, but one of the reasons I stopped doing video reviews was because it was taking too much time away from working on animations, and I would love to do both, but if I can only do one, I'd rather do animations. Oh, this is Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I never played that one. I'm gonna want to work on that arm a little more. See something? I'll figure it out. My most viewed video has 232 views. That's actually really good. I get videos sometimes that don't get that much, so that's pretty good, man. I think we were kind of reaching our end of the stream, but I do want to thank again everybody who's tuned in. And from the chat, let me look through and see what who's been chatting. Griffin D, Sandra Snot, Cyan, Patricia Reyes, Superstar, Patrick, Carlos, Science, K Cool, One Greg 7. Let's see. Hyperion Ultra, of course. Yummy Blueberry. Squishy Pixels. Let's see. Ruby Ensor. And Cherry 6 who came in later in the stream, but I was happy to see. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these. I'll continue announcing them ahead of time in community posts and on Twitter. You can find the link in the description, along with the link to, if you like the music in the video, where you can find it. And Hyperion is saying you might try gaming and storytime. That'd be neat. Storytime videos draw big numbers. There's definitely an audience for that, so gaming and storytime would be cool. But yeah, that is. And as the music's like kind of fading out too. Okay, we'll pause that there. Yeah, it will do it for today. So thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks for enjoying. You all have a good week.